Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Music, and welcome to another edition of New Editions. This is for June 2026. This is where I talk about the music purchases I have made for the month of June. Got some interesting titles to show you today. Um, so, we're going to start off a little bit different. I was with my girlfriend in Long Beach, and we stopped at a record store. I believe that the record store is Mike Vague Records in Long Beach. It's on, I believe, Atlantic Avenue. Really good place, an excellent place to find vinyl. I mean, they've got so much stuff in there. It's just, you go in there, and Mike is a really nice guy to talk to. But I found some singles. There was a box that he had just gotten in of 45s. So let's go over some of the stuff that I got in there first. The first one is this is going to be the Beatles' "Let It Be," and then on the other side is got "You Know My Name, Look Up My Number." Great stuff. And I used to have this on single a long time ago, but unfortunately, I got rid of a lot of my vinyl, which I wish I had done. But that's the one. Next one we have George Harrison, double-sided hit with "My Sweet Lord" and "Isn't It a Pity." Great stuff. I was so happy to find this, and they're all in good condition too. I just have to find covers for them. Okay, so the next one we have is Ringo Starr. It Don't Come Easy. And this is interesting because I bought these singles, and it kind of coincided with what what I was doing in our Music Buddies series on the Liverpool album overviews with the Beatles solo stuff. These singles just came across. I was like, oh, great stuff. Okay, the next single we have is Chicago and "Feeling Stronger Every Day." Okay. Next one we have, I was excited to find this one. Roy Orbison, "Oh Pretty Woman." Excuse me, I have a little bit of a frog in my throat right now, so excuse me if I sound kind of funny there. Next we have Aretha Franklin, "Something He Can Feel." Nice little single there. I love that. Next is a couple of Elvis Presley singles I found. This first one is "The Wonder of You." And the next single is "Memories." Great. Okay. Moving down the line, we have, I was really excited to find this, a 45 copy of the Beach Boys' "Good Vibrations." Great stuff right there. Next one, "The Fifth Dimension." And Aquarius, "Let the Sunshine In." And last but not least, BB King with "Never Make a Move Too Soon." So, excellent group of singles there. Terrific. Okay. There. So, not only did I get some singles, but I got quite a few CDs. We're going to start off with the new releases that came out in June. I have Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs with "Mission of Mercy." Great stuff right there. Okay. All right. Excellent album right there. His solo stuff is excellent. Any of his albums that you can find, I recommend go get them. Okay. Next one we have is George Thorogood and the Destroyers. And this is called The Baddest Show on Earth. Great stuff on here. Terrific, terrific songs. There actually is a version, and I'll show you in a minute here. His version of Steppin' Out. Absolutely jaw dropping. Okay. Next up, I have, okay, this is The Best of Judas Priest. Now, this came out in June. There are several Best of Judas Priest albums. I wish they maybe had renamed this something else, but there's some nice tracks on here that are not on the other Greatest Hits albums, so I decided to pick this one up. Great, great choice. Okay, now we have Joe Bonamassa, The Spirit of Rory. This is his tribute to Rory Gallagher, and it's got a CD in here, and also I believe it's a CD DVD set. So you get your the music, the CD, and then the video version of it. Great stuff. This is outstanding. I recommend if you're a Bonamassa fan, or even more if you're a Rory Gallagher fan, go for this. Okay, and here is Pink Floyd, 8 tracks. I picked this up. This is actually a Target exclusive. And what's interesting about this album is that it has the full version of Pigs on the Wing, which you were only able to get this on 8-track tape. Okay. Next up is Van Halen Live in New Haven. Now, this basic is I have the VHS of this concert back. I got back in the day. However, this version is somewhat edited. They've actually taken a couple of songs out and they've added a few in. My understanding is a few of Eddie's guitar solos that were edited. That's not good. I mean, really the only reason I bought this is because I'm a Van Halen completist and I want everything that they put out. There's also some issues with some of the profanity being bleeped out. I mean, come on, folks, we're all adults here. I mean, I don't understand why they would do something like that. But whatever. But it isn't. I had to put it in the collection, so there it is. This is probably the best album that came out this month in June. I mean, The Boys of Dungeon Lane, Paul McCartney's latest album, and I got to tell you, this is a treat. This is an excellent album. There is a review of it on the channel with the Music Buddies. Check it out. Those of you who maybe have feared that maybe Paul can't sing anymore, don't even think about that. The guy can still bring it. So many good tracks off this album. This is probably going to be in the list of my top albums of this year. Okay, so that's it for the new releases for June. So let's hit some of the archive or the older ones that I picked up. So, I have Apple Music, and a lot of times what will happen is, they have like a custom station they'll build for you. And I found so many good bands. This one included Beardfish, this album here. And they're kind of a cross between Genesis and maybe some Yes. Excellent stuff. If you're into prog, I recommend getting this album and exploring their catalog. All right. Next on the list, we have The Aristocrats. This is kind of I believe it's all instrumental, or maybe it could have some vocals on it. I haven't heard it yet. But I picked this up because I have some of their other albums in their catalog. Excellent music, great guitar work on this album. Check this out, a must buy. All right, next we have, and I didn't realize I did not have this in my collection, but I had to grab it. Michael Jackson, Off the Wall, excellent album. Of course, this is the precursor to Thriller. Great stuff. So I need to add that to my collection. All right, now let's see what we got here. Okay, so I like I like compilations, and sometimes I buy a compilation. Maybe I already had some of the stuff. This I found the very best of Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble. It's got a lot of his key tracks on there. And I got it for a really low price, so I figure, hey, just add it to the collection. Why not? So here is an interesting band. I believe they're called Kaipa. Now, this is one of those instances where it came up on one of my Apple Music playlists, and I had never heard about them before. But this is a box that has 3 of their albums in here, and this is a good way to collect some of their stuff. Excellent music, prog. Really enjoy it. That's one thing about what I like. I mean, I'm a physical media guy all the way, but the one thing about some of the streaming services, and I have to give Apple Music credit, is they have the playlists that come up, and I mean you can find some really great music in those playlists, stuff that you never heard. So whenever I do that, whenever I hear something, it's like, I have to go in and write it down in my phone and make sure that I get it. So the final tune I'm going to show you, one of the big highlights of June was the beginning of the Rush tour, the new one. And of course, the new one with Annika Niles. And so, that was took up a lot of time over the month listening and watching a lot of the concerts that they had on YouTube. Really enjoyed that. But I had to pick up a couple of Rush things. This I did not have in my collection, even though I have other compilations. But Rush Greatest Hits, had to get that, had to add that. Just another comp. But hey, I'm also a Rush completist, so of course I have to have everything I can put out. And last but not least, and I normally don't buy these because I'm concerned about quality. The last time this is a radio broadcast, and this is Rush again. Here we go, more Rush, and it's got several CDs of stuff from radio broadcasts, and the quality is pretty good for the most part. So I wanted to get this. I normally don't go for those kind of things. I kind of like to buy the actual stuff that's been put out, the albums, live albums. Some of the radio broadcasts are hit and miss on the quality. This one's not too bad. So anyway, that is it, everybody, for the new editions for June. I hope you enjoy that. A lot of different stuff that I got, and now it's a matter of just going out and listening to some of this stuff, getting but a lot of good albums came out. Take a look at that Paul McCartney album. That is outstanding. I mean, that's the best of the bunch. You got to check it out. Anyway, that's it for me right now. I am Mr. Music, and I hope you enjoy this. If you do like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Click the notification button to get notified of future videos. Coming up on the channel, we've got an album overview of Tom Petty. So hope you guys enjoy that. That probably will be posting most likely tomorrow morning. So take a peek at that. Good stuff on there. We are looking at possibly doing a David Bowie. We definitely want to do Deep Purple because tomorrow's Friday, the big day of the release of the new Deep Purple album Splat. They put out 3 tracks on it already, and it's just outstanding. So I should be getting my copy tomorrow from Amazon. Please, Amazon, don't blow it and don't delay it like sometimes they do. Anyway, I'll be coming up with probably a review, or definitely will be on next month's this month's new edition toward the end of this month. So anyway, this is Mr. Music. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, love, peace, and music. Take care, everybody.